So it looks like for today, a continued squeeze was on the table, and that is what showed up on the table, right? We actually saw the card flip over, and we saw that the 30-minute refused to curl to the downside. Remember that one of the two most probable scenarios was continuation, but we were looking for some potential 30-minute opportunity to join in on this because I already had to take profit as the Qs did tag their weekly expected move. So as of right now, we are in those decision-making opportunity times, but at this moment, we see the 30-minute is well positive. So we really need to break this down. I'm going to go through pretty much the daily 2-hour and 30-minute chart for each of the indices very briefly here. And then over the weekend, we will get more into the weekly chart, the macro side of things. If you would like to subscribe, that would be fantastic. So let's just get right into it because it seems to be that right now, a lot of people are still paying attention to some kind of crash, some type of correction. When we have kind of a low volume week here where we're seeing some kind of bounce and we have seen no information here, no proof by the market that would suggest that a major crash is coming right this second. Now, a crash development, things can develop over the next few sessions and we'll have to talk about it. But for now, as we go into the daily chart, if the daily chart is able to curl to the upside, it will test these highs and potentially even go make a new one. So if the daily chart is able to confirm up at the beginning of July, which starts tomorrow, which we will have updated monthly expected moves for you in tomorrow night's video. And Patreon members, if you would like to join Patreon, it's only $7. And I put out some information today at the end of the day, just a brief thing, just reminding people about taking profit and where we're at with the Qs. But also on Patreon, we do give you all the monthly moves for all the stocks on the right side of your screen if you want to check that out. If it's a good option for you, if you like the way that monthly moves saved you right here, well, you might need them for the individual stocks, and that's where you can join Patreon and you'll get extra updates and things like that as well. But the main thing that we understand here is that this is still in a positive trend. Remember when we set up here, hey, even if this comes all the way down to here, if it's able to curl up, it is going to test the high. It is going to even potentially make a new one. And when we give you those monthly expected moves, if the daily chart is able to confirm here, that will potentially be the target for the month of July. So I wanted you to be aware of that. The risk of the daily chart is you make some kind of move like this, and then you actually fail towards that option's expiration, and you see some kind of divergence, some kind of triple divergence develop over in these areas, aka you're able to confirm down closer to the center line for the MACD. So that's all we need to consider here for the daily chart. If we are not going to curl this up, well, that's where we can look at the 2-hour. If we're not going to curl up the daily chart, then the 2-hour chart needs to confirm to the downside. So if you're a bear out there and you're really wanting things to tank, well, first of all, you had a really fishy moment here that kind of goes against you, wiped out all of the stops within like a minute. And then boom to the upside with all those divergences that we talked about all last week. We were looking for the trap here. Hey, guess what? They did something crazy rigged first, took out all your stops, and then they let the thing run. If the 2-hour chart is able to curl down, say tomorrow, you will be at risk of testing back into these lows and you will have new updated monthly expected moves. So with those new updated monthly expected moves, this line right here is most likely going to shift a little bit down. And if it shifts down, we can pay attention to that level if the 2-hour is able to roll here. Why is the 2-hour roll kind of dangerous if that would happen, say, tomorrow? Well, because you are so close to the center line that this move here would suggest lower high, and we can continue some kind of downtrend. But as of right now, we're trying to go positive. The bulls have a little bit of control of this. And do we see anything risky from the 30-minute chart? We're going to talk about our daily expected moves. Well, as we analyze this before we talk about daily expected moves, we just noticed the MACD is plain and simple way up there. You're way above the 5-day moving average. That's something we will consider here, but that means that you are in a very bullish trend. You're in a positive trend on your 30-minute. You're going into a positive trend on the 2-hour. We know that failure of the 2-hour is risky, but if the daily is able to confirm, you're confirming up in positive territory. This all looks like bullish things for right now, unless we're able to reject right from this area. So looking at this, this means that the next opportunity, if you're not in it, I do always like to suggest around these weekly expected moves, you start to look for potential pullbacks. And that's where we'll talk about the daily expected move. If we want to continue this squeeze, which I think we are on the brink of not continuing the squeeze, but getting some kind of 30-minute pullback, I actually had a question on Patreon to the post I made at the end of the day. And they said, hey, are we looking for 2-hour pullback right now? Well, if you look at the 2-hour chart, you would not want this to cross down. So you are not in the stage of looking for a 2-hour pullback. You are looking for the 2-hour to actually extend further here, meaning the 30-minute can get pullback. So we'll pay attention to the 742.17 to the downside. This is probably going to be the best level to watch, and we will watch this in the morning. If you would like to join our live show in the morning, that would be fantastic. We do that every single Monday through Wednesday. I was just a little bit sick on Monday. 742.17 to the downside, going to be a critical area because that might be my next opportunity. And if we analyze this line a little bit further, kind of draw it across, we go right into one of those fair value gaps that we talked about during the stream. So that looks like a very, very nice area. That would get the 30-minute MACD, maybe even potentially down to the center line. And then we're going to watch for divergences up here. This is the trick and trap signal. If you create 30-minute divergence and then the 2 hours able to roll, you can reject, you can start to have an argument for a lower high, and we'll take everything in stride from there. But that hasn't happened yet. We don't want to get too far ahead of ourselves. So the 30-minute pullback would be very probable going into tomorrow. But based on the positivity here, we haven't seen lower high. We haven't seen divergence for some kind of reversal. So whatever's happening now is very likely to continue. Upside move, if we want to squeeze higher, 751.37. If we want to squeeze higher for the Qs, well, the Qs are saying something a little bit different here just because they were actually able to go outside of the weekly expected move. Now, we can extend this so the SPY can actually get there, but this is where we have to start looking at our foot and seeing if it's pushing too hard down on the gas, right? This is a potential opportunity for profit taking from our trade for the 2-hour move to get to what? The weekly expected profit taking move, right? This is exactly what I like to do. This is a cut, dry, and simple, easy play here. And now what would be the next easiest play? Well, it's kind of hard for me to make a decision on the 2-hour. That's already crossed up and seen great positivity. It's kind of hard for me to make a decision right now on the 30-minute because it's positive. Don't really want to short it. But at the same time, it's positive, and I kind of missed out on the whole play, right? If you missed out on this whole thing, you still would be paying attention to that 727.67 tomorrow. That would be a great opportunity. If this was able to dip down, that would be perfect by the center line. It would be out of those overbought conditions. But we notice where this is, 727.67, directly in the middle of a fair value. Again, I'm glad that someone brought that up in the stream today. They were asking questions about this, and this is exactly where you want to pay attention. It's just another tick, another piece of info that makes you trust this little line a little bit more. If you pull back into it, you can look for a potential bounce off of that level, and we are very likely to test a high and go make a new one. If we are just going to continue to squeeze, you'll watch for that 745.13. If we go to the daily chart and the 2-hour chart, though, for a moment, we actually notice that it's similar to the SPY. If this is able to confirm to the upside, well, then that would be on the MACD, and that would say we are going to test this level or potentially even go make a new one. That's where monthly expected moves tomorrow will come in handy. So I highly suggest joining the channel, right? Subscribing so that you can get that information. It will really help you, just like it has helped us countless times. Very, very nice. For the beginning of June, we were able to come down into that area and set up a trap, and that's exactly what we were saying around that time. So I just wanted to point that out. If we look at the 2-hour chart, we already pointed out the 30-minute looking really, really strong and pullback being the most probable. We still want to be prepared if we get some kind of surprise and the 2 hours able to cross down. It still does suggest that if it crossed down right away, test the low, go make a new one. But if we're able to extend for another day and then start to come down, then we will more so be talking about pullbacks, okay? Just so you're prepared a little for the future. But I want you to understand that we are at the weekly expected move. You have a 68% probability to close within this range, and you are already outside of it at the end of Tuesday. Even with the shortened trading week, you have a couple of sessions to get some kind of 30-minute pullback or even set a trap by the end of the week. Now, as we go over into IWM, let's start this one off on the daily chart because I think it's very important to check on this. We did not violate the divergence point just yet. We did not violate the divergence point just yet. So all the danger here is IWM was not able to squeeze by, say, 1.7% like the Qs from its position right now. And that is stacking up the potential for reversal signals. This has big reversal signals on the daily. That is suggesting that we can get a weekly pullback. We'll talk about that over the weekend if you'd like to subscribe. For right now, though, we need to consider that you are above the annual expected move. You have 2-hour divergences all across this. This party could be over tomorrow for IWM if you confirm this to the downside. If we confirm this to the downside, you will be confirming triple divergence. You will be confirming a lot of weakness in divergence over at this level for the IWM. So very, very nice here to see, just not even getting overbought, just pretty much straight down here. Very significant, very nice to see, but also just tells me I should be very, very cautious with IWM, and I probably should be very cautious with the Qs with where they're at. But notice that on the daily, the Qs and the SPY are down like this with plenty of room to grow on their MACD, while IWM is still playing around with its triple divergence. So a different story here. If the 2-hour curls up, which it has, we test the high, go make a new one. We have already done that. If this rotates down, this IWM will be at risk, but the 30-minute is in its first positive move. So we will potentially need to set up reversal signals first. That means we could buy some time into Friday or into Thursday this week, I guess, if we really want to. So just wanted to point that out. The 30-minute here still looking strong for IWM. We would want to look for the lower high. We would want to look for divergence. And this one, I would heavily suggest watching your 30-minute chart, and we'll keep an eye on it in tomorrow's stream. If any of this information is kind of a little bit off to you, or maybe you're a little confused by it, or you just want a better in-depth information, like better in-depth understanding of what we're talking about, because I have to go through things pretty quickly to get these videos out there. The course breaks this down a lot slower, and it is 80% off, okay? And if you want to see what is blatantly in the course, I pull up the curriculum, I show it to you in the video over the weekend. I believe the title for that video, or the thumbnail for that video, actually was over the weekend, called bottom signal. So if you see a video on my channel in the last few days that says bottom signal, go click on that, go to the end of the video, and you'll see the entire curriculum for what is in the full technical analysis course. That is 80% off right now. Highly encourage. It will help you figure out, hey, how do markets move over time? And I have gotten countless emails of people telling me how it has completely changed their trading for the better. Even some people from when we back had 1,000 subscribers, and I think that's fantastic that they still follow the channel. So I really appreciate that, and I hope to be helpful to you, and I think that that course will help you out. But let's go check out volatility. Does volatility look like it wants some big kind of move for the 2-hour chart? No, it doesn't. The 30-minute chart here overall turning to the downside. Let's start on the daily, though. And remember, we were like, if the daily curls down, this is pretty much a squeeze signal. You could be getting some kind of ABC. We could get some kind of squeeze and drag this out for the entire summer going into, say, like October, September, something like that. Or we could do a little ABC, stop short around that 1504 and just turn right back around. So we will be looking for, can this turn right back around in the next few sessions or in the next week or two, maybe even up to options expiration. We will watch for that. But as of right now, you are not at risk of some kind of big crash, at least from the signal standpoint. This would be kind of out of nowhere. You would likely, from this position on the 2-hour chart, even if you got a 2-hour move, it would very likely put in a lower high. You most likely need to make some divergences, need to make a higher low before you can say that we're going through extreme volatility again. So if the 2-hour is going to get that move, we're going to need to see some hints from the 30-minute. You have no hints from the 30-minute. That means that for volatility going into tomorrow, the most probable thing is to reach up to that 5-day, maybe get up towards like a 1750 reading, and then roll that move and start to head to the upside again. This means we should be heavily aware of any kind of morning dips, morning bear traps as of right now, which we understand to be aware of that because the SPY is in such a good 30-minute positive trend. So thank you guys so much. I mean, I really just wanted to get through this information pretty quickly today. The girls are out at the pool, and I really would like to go join them. So I thank you guys so much for watching this video, and I hope you are able to spend some time with family during this week and kind of celebrate together. 4th of July, one of my favorite holidays because it's just family gets together, we enjoy some drinks, we enjoy some good food, we grill out, we swim, we blow some stuff up, and everyone's smiling the whole time, eating some homemade ice cream at the end of the day. So I hope you're able to have a blessed week ahead of you, seeing family and friends and things like that. And make sure to stay safe out there and keep others safe around you. All right. Thank you guys so much. Have a great rest of your day and peace out.